2022.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. We are back.
We're back.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but you know, at the beginning of every year, we always try to talk about and share the goals that we have, the consistencies that we have. We don't really call them resolutions because they're not new for the new year. We're just continuing from what we did the year before. So these are New Year consistencies, right? Now,
I like that. New Year's consistencies.
Yeah, New Year consistencies.
But hey, I don't want this video to discourage you, because just in case you started and you fell off, that doesn't mean you can't keep going. So.
Right. And we'll share some of those vulnerabilities with you as well, because there's some things we started last year, I started last year, that
very strongly. And you fell off.
I kind of fell off.
Actually, towards the end of the year, you see, and sometimes you can have New Year's consistencies all planned out. And then towards the end, because for Dale, it was like in November, he was doing so good all these, months before that, and he was so close to keeping it. And then, but let's get into it. We actually started this from 2017.
Yeah, it's been a while that we've been doing this.
Yeah, and it works.
We typically break down our goals, our consistencies into 5 different groups, right? So we have physical goals, academic goals, spiritual goals, financial goals, and social goals.
When we mention academic goals, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be pursuing a degree or some educational thing. Academic just means it's self-improvement, and for us that means reading books, it means listening to podcasts. So it's like personal development as well. So if you're not in school, for my job, I have academic goals as it relates to publishing and constantly just being informed of what's happening in my industry.
For me, it's more personal development, reading to improve so that I can be more effective at all the things that I do.
Some people may not even have a job. You may not have a structure per se, but what are you doing with the time that you have,
Right, because success is where opportunity and preparation meet, right?
Okay, baby. Yes, preparation is the key, has always been my motto. I actually stole that from my high school's thing. I think that was our little mantra in high school. But opportunity meets preparation. I like that.
That's success. My academic goal is just a book a month. I really want to continue with that. That's where I dropped off last year. I got to like September, October, and I dropped off. So now I'm really motivated to continue with my book a month, right? So 1 book a month in 2022.
It doesn't have to be like a hardcover book. You have audiobooks, you have ebooks, and there are a lot of free ones available on YouTube. You can check out our previous video on some recommendations that we have.
Yeah. Physical goals.
Yes, you gotta get that body right.
Yeah, okay. So last year I started off with doing like push-ups and sit-ups every other day, and we also talked about making 1% change each day to have like incremental difference long term, right? So now I've gotten to the point where I'm actually doing push-ups and sit-ups every day, right? And I've seen the change. I feel a lot better. I have a lot more arm strength because I'm kind of skinny, so I need that arm strength, right? So I've seen the difference, and now a friend of ours gave another functional gift. I'm adding pull-ups to that, the bar on the door. Not quite sure how often I'll do that. Maybe every other day to start off with, but I think based on my previous success, it's going to be every day soon.
Physical goals for me. I think I want to kind of burst out of the box, and join a gym. We moved recently, and I think there's a gym that's close by, and I always hear people bragging about how gym kind of keeps them motivated. So that's my physical goal for this year, and just to be more consistent in playing tennis, because I really love the sport, but I'm always so busy, so I'm just gonna try to factor in some tennis time this year.
Yeah, and you know what? This might be way out of the box, but at some point, if possible, I would love to try whatever the shortest marathon length is. Like, I would love to try a marathon. So,
yeah, they have a lot of
don't hold me to it, but it would be nice.
Yes, I'm gonna hold him accountable to that. I will do it with him.
Okay, let's do it.
So for social now, I feel like all over my life I've been working, and I finally think I'm adulting now in such a way where I can actually save for things that I like. And so one of my social goals this year is to just at 5. Let's go to 5 new places that I've never been before.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my one of the many social goals that I have. Visit 5 new places.
Okay. Cool. For me, I think my social goal is I want to build my social capital. So that means having people around you who know more than you, who have more experience. Maybe it's having a mentor, but I just want to be able to interact and meet people that can share experiences with us that we wouldn't have known had we not connected with them.
If you've been following us for a while, you know that God is really at the center of all that we do. And I personally could not have reached where I am today had it not been for God's presence, God's influence in our lives. So we do have a category called spiritual goals.
Spiritual goals, yeah.
What's yours, babe?
So one of my spiritual goals is to journal more or be more intentional with journaling. And that means, let's say after I've had devotion or after I've gone through an experience that I believe God has blessed me with or carried me through a difficulty, I journal about it, because then I can go back and look at what God brought me through, look at how I reacted to it. And it's a source of encouragement and motivation for me to keep pressing forward and increasing my faith in God. So I think journaling for me is something that I really need to do more of in 2022. That's my spiritual goal.
For me, I typically like to be in the background. I would sit back and let they lead out in our morning and evening devotions or worship sessions. And I kind of want to put myself out there this year. I want to lead out in some of our worship sessions and or devotions. And even, I don't know, speak at a Sunday night meeting or, something. But yeah, my spiritual goal is just to lead out in more worship related devotions and speaking engagements.
I got you. Finally, we have our financial goals.
Yes, this is also very important.
This is also very important. One of my big financial goals is to eradicate student loan debt. Thankfully, we've been able to push and throw everything possible at it. And this year,
we can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And this year, we're hoping and we're working really, really hard towards being debt-free in 2022. It might take us all the way down to December 31.
But we're gonna
do
it.
We're gonna do it, right? Being debt-free would mean so much for us because it would allow for us to be able to put more to the things that matter. Trying to visit those 5 places or just being able to connect more with family in different parts of the world. Especially now, it's so important. So,
and not only connect but help. My goodness, we have so many people in our family who have so many needs,
and we can't help if we're not debt free. It's it's so, even though it's difficult and we're minimalists and we live really, really within our means so that we can accomplish being debt free, it's worth it.
For me, one of my financial goals is just to save more. Typically, we had a cap on our emergency fund, and that's something as well everybody should have. But I kind of want to extend that a little bit more in case anything happens. So it's just to build our savings a little bit more. And possibly to learn about other lucrative investment opportunities that can make our money work for us.
Right. It can be challenging to try to eradicate your debt and save at the same time, but I think if you're intentional enough, you can do both pretty aggressively, right? Because you don't want an emergency to come up, you not have anything to fall back on just because you're trying to be debt free, right? So make sure that balance is there, right? Please feel free to share with us your goals, your consistencies for 2022. We're excited about ours. We want to hold you accountable. Do the same for us. And let's have an awesome year together.
And if you have other categories that you want to group your goals underneath, that's fine.
Yeah, share them with us.
We just choose these because they work for us. So you can add other themes for goals that you want to accomplish.
Thank you for joining us. Please like, subscribe, and share, and make sure you hit that notification bell to know when the next video comes. Right? We'll see you next Sunday.
And I just wanted to thank you for your support in 2021. And we look forward to growing our audience and just having a stronger impact with the quality videos that we'll be putting out in 2022. So comment below if you want something particular that we have not yet talked about or a challenge that we have not yet done. And we'll be happy to do that for you.
All right, fam, take care. The year is not slowing down, so get with the program. All right, see you soon. All right. Okay.